Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. You deserve a rest.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. It would be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know,
How'd you get it?
but we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, Whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapse?
An idea. It's just like it.
To me, boy!
More of my mother's men.
All yours, Torgal!
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome...
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you... We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Oldhill.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morning, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down the road.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
I'm hungry.
You find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hide of thieves.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gates and see where that gets us. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Fly, Ambrosia!
Have mercy.
Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep! bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, away with you, filth!
Back to your stall!
Get down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Come on.
Yeah!
You deserve a rest. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Joder.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son?
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them that the fire in our...
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have...
What is it you require? I'm sure that it will prove useful. Our thanks, my lord. I'm sure that it will prove useful.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I, sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units.
How small exactly?
Small enough.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Ed.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shield.
And so we shall.
We'll keep them from the...
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Fly, Ambrosia.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
It's over.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
And the one of them to fight that battle for them. Let's try.
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one.
In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight
¿Qué
to
plan? Si era matar a todos. Ese es el plan.
Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, yet be that as it may. It is still our home. And for as long as the Firebird's flame and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosaire...
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the... A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person, and had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged.
I suppose a formal request for an audience.
And appearances. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, where he would be of no use, and so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong, it is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith.
I might have some. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men at. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wayne. If there is ever a...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, Inform the kitchens! There'll be guests! We dine immediately!
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
I didn't take you for a scholar.
Oh, this? It's Valis. I borrowed it from old tomes. Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these from spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book hasn't...
If it's my blessing.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. But you're made of sternness.
Something tells me you won't be...
Fantastic!
So?
Chances... The only problem is that while the recipe is a beast, no doubt, most likely something that would make easy work of us.
Does the book say anything?
Well, only that the sweet is for...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask Nick.
Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
of the
billets being
Guardians of the
posted
Flame?
every... Clive! Oh, am I glad to...
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. And if I'm honest, he ain't been... Normally it only takes a couple of drinks. Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent...
Fine.
I knew you'd...
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let...
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, wait a bit, then head out...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. You earned this. All done?
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether, and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustinus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire...
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
First August. What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
I told you not to
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better. Please, mate.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Lights. Made my stuff look... I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There. You got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force in... Didn't think anything could rattle it.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is only going to get... If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to help.
Too bloody right.
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a...
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit.
You don't know where we might find him?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking...
I see.
He did tell me something. Apparently, his next commission...
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were... Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you would...
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Typical nobles.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tailor all...
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding.
Good girl. Faster!
Be safe. Run like the wind.
Dime.
Si pongo la vajilla, no sé de la pena, ¿no? Por tener conectado
¿El qué?
el aire acondicionado de la vajilla.
No creo. Ah, ¿la vajilla también está puesto?
No, que lo veo. Te pregunto si lo pongo o no.
Ah, vale, que vas a poner... Vale, sí. Sí, no pasa... No creo que pase nada. No sé.
Vale, a lo mejor es mucha potencia y llega la electricidad.
Come on.
Pues ya lo he consultado, tío. Es que no tiene sentido, tío. No tiene sentido, macho. La verdad, tío. Es absurdo.
Not here.
Run like the wind.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
sharp.
¿Qué tal va a venir Sergio?
No me ha dicho, ¿no?
Ya he puesto a lavar en la vajilla, ¿vale?
Vale.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille.
Not so lowly from what I... You remember selling to a
She's not an easy to caress from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my... Didn't stop her bartering me. She sent you for a
It's not her who sent me.
Well,
You should be. He's a master of his art.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself will be getting your... Ideally... Actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff like if your man's as skilled as he sounds.
You sure?
Well, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can... Short of showing him how to make the thing myself.
In that case?
I'd be much obliged. You send your blacks...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten black.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, welcome. Times maybe, or...
Unwanted violets. If you have them.
Boy, I haven't heard folk call them. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted used to chuck them in the pot when they weren't, and even if they were.
You do these...
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble.
Ready, go? Faster!
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. This back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you find our mystery?
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Into the... I present Chance's Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat one.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I... Odin's teeth, and yet, up through the pun... It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flames. I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steam, a single mouthful, a molly...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Cat.
And with a bit of luck... How'd it go, Clark? Did you find him?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded...
So that's his secret. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil. Oh, this is fine work.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like... Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, but our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret. The detail...
Then we better keep this close to our chest.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Still, I'm glad you found it.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did make...
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets... Don't get me started on how much oiling this level. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no... Anyway, enough narrowing.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Black... Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad. Bloody dust. Feudal nobles. How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
It will be over, Sid.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's breath.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go. I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.